All right, this was one of the reasons that I built this board, was so I could get this program in here. So the SDK monitor was something that Intel wrote, but there is a program that somebody wrote for the other thing here, SDK 85 Utilities. And that was written by, give him credit here, the MCS 85 SDK test demo ROM version 1.0 copyright R.A. Coward. In 2015, so this thing's still got legs, and I like the way he wrote it. He has a jump table in here, and he has a signature up here. So the program actually starts down below, but it has a jump table that jumps into all of the subroutines that he wrote. Okay, and there's documentation. All right, so let's go through here. It talks about the documentation, blah 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 blah, and then it talks about the programs that are in here. So it gives the address and then what it does. So monitor ROM checksum. So we will do a 0880 execute. We get a 4619, and it says we should get a 4619 if we have the it checks what version of SDK monitor you have, and it says that you have the version 2.1. If you don't, then this one won't run, because this program calls subroutines from that program down there. Okay, next is a expansion ROM checksum. So that's the checksum of this program. We check the checksum of that program. We'll do the checksum of this program. Oops, that one's at 884, and we get an EDE1. And it says we should get an EDE1. Now we can do a RAM test. 0888. It says pass. So that checked the RAM in this chip here. I don't have all the chips on here, do I? There we go. And then we can do an expansion RAM test, which would be this one. So that one is at 088. C. So this one passes as well. A little bit of RAM here, 256 bits of RAM here, 256 bytes of RAM here. And then we can do a go 0890. This is pass. We did a RAM address test. And we'll do a 0894. So we did an expansion RAM address test. Now we're going to do bit patterns through the thing. Those were just real cheesy ones. So we'll do a 0898 executive. You can see it takes a while for it to run, then it says pass. And that did bit patterns through this chip. We'll do a 089C. It's running pass. So that's this chip. It did a bit pattern in that chip. We can do a 08A0. And this echoes the keyboard, so you press buttons on the keyboard and it gives you the keyboard codes. All right. We can do a 08A4. And this one does a check of the display. It just goes from 0 to FF on the different segments there. We can do a 08A8. This one lights up all of the all of the segments. 08AC. This one checks all the segments on all of the displays, goes all the way across. basic reflector. This test operates the base you hook up some LEDs on one of the ports and it toggles the LEDs. I don't have that hooked up right now. Let's see, the next one we can do is a 08 B8. And this one is a stopwatch. So it is counting seconds and minutes. So that is the stopwatch. Let's see here. We can do a 0 B8 BC. And then we can put in a number, 100. And then we can say, let's see here. And then we hit the go button. And it counts down. It's a countdown. So we put in 1 minute here. And it's a countdown timer. So it's doing that. We can do 08C0. I have a beeper. I have a beeper hooked up to one of the ports. It's documented here which bit of which port. So, but these are in order. But not the other ones. There you go. Then we can do music box. Now this one, you think, oh, he plays a tune, okay? 08C4. What it's doing is it's reading the hexadecimal values from this ROM, assigning tones to them, and then stepping through memory. These are the memory addresses. This is the data that's in that memory address. And whatever this value is the particular tone on the speaker. Okay? Now we can do a 08C8. And it's reading this ROM now. It's taking all the values off of this ROM and playing those. All right, there you go. Yeah, cute little program from 2015. So now I have a working system. I'm able to generate my own programs easily. And now I can do some assembler. I got to figure out what environment I want to do the assembler. I've got an idea, and we'll see if that works out, but it'll be in the future. Develop my own ROM to do some things with just for fun. There is a section up here at the top for external I/O. There's a couple 8212s, which are latches. And there's a connector over here that brings out the address and the data. It relies on you having a whole bunch of 8216 4-bit bidirectional bus drivers here, which are a little bit hard to find, but I found some. Found some brand new in the tube, which is pretty cool. So I've got some of those. I've put sockets everywhere, so that might be a future video to do some data stuff, 8080 style. And but yeah, I do like my new little board, and I can put my programs in.